And we're in draft right now for game 2, final game of the day between UCC Netsoc Rebels and TUD Bum Chums. A lot on the line here. This is the one, the only, the elimination game where we've got bans underway. Squabble, what do we think here? Bans coming out in full force.
TUD are incredibly correct to maybe eliminate every single AD carry the NYBM has ever played, because if UCC are going to end up winning this game, it will be on him. On the flip flop, we do see Zach and Hecarim banned away from Cephalon, who is probably TUD's biggest threat, and Illusion locks in the Lilia that has brought them so much success so far in the tournament. Their 5 wins, I believe 3 of them have been on the Lilia, including the last game they just played. So yeah, exciting draft for UCC so far. They're getting a really big prio pick for themselves.
Lilia getting locked in immediately is pretty spicy, I'm not going to lie. I do like Lilia. There's a lot that can be done in these games. Definitely interesting anyway. Well, what will TUD take in response here? They got opt to take the jungle and maybe the support here, but what do they opt to do? The Amumu locked in there for Cephalon. It's a good pick. Well, it could be a placeholder. That is also, I'm thinking there. It could be a placeholder as well, but for the moment we do have an Amumu locked in there. I mean, I like the Amumu. I think it's a relatively strong champion. There's a lot it can do. And I definitely think it'd be interesting as well, considering their highest ranked player is Cephalon by a mile. It's kind of interesting that they'd lock it in. But Vayne gonna get locked in as well for I actually don't know who's the AD
It's
carry for TD Bum Jones.
I make her moo or
I
oof.
make her moo.
Yeah, yeah, that guy. Yeah, it does take the vein here. I do think it's pretty smart getting rid of the Zaya, locking the vein. Obviously, a really strong champ this time. Kaisa on the flip flop for NYBM and the Nautilus for Zheng as well. This is a really potent bot lane for UCC. Nice to give the Kaisa a bit of protection as well. Looking like a pretty standard UCC draft that we've seen so far.
I really like the Kai'Sa Nautilus. It's standard. It's what people are playing. Goes well with a Lilia as well, because you put them to sleep, you get Nautilus ulted, and then, or even you just Lilia ulti them and you get Killer Instinct. But regardless, it's nice setup for the Kai'Sa, and it's interesting to see how they do render this comp. Gonna be the Senna with the Vayne. Not a fan of that at all, but I don't think that's a Vayne bot lane. I think that is a top lane Vayne for Glorified Ward, to be honest with you, because you really don't want to pair Vayne with a Senna in that bot lane. You want something a bit more, either you want an enchanter or you want just a big disengaged support or something to kind of get you kind of out of these fights, because I really don't think you pair it with the Senna. But if that's the case, UCC should probably think, okay, this might be a Vayne top lane and maybe ban the Tam Kench, but I'm not too sure if Blaze Boy plays it, so it's kind of up to them whether they think it's going to be a Vayne bot lane or a Vayne top. We'll have to see.
Yeah, BlazeBoy is a pretty big Senna player, so I do imagine that he will be the one playing the Senna. Whether or not that Vayne is an AD carry or not is still up for debate. They do ban Camila Bings. Darius, he's been playing that a lot. We saw him play twice in the games that we have streamed him, and yeah, just pretty standard. We do see the Caston getting taken away from TUD Bum Chums as well. I think the Senna got nerfed, if I'm not mistaken, like
I
today.
think is that in
Um,
this new patch live, is it?
yeah, or yesterday.
Oh, right. In that
So
case,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
Senna got nerfed. Yeah, Senna got nerfed.
that Senna has eaten a couple nerfs, but BlazeBoy still feeling confident enough to try it. But if this does end up being a Vayne and Senna bot lane, they will definitely struggle, I would think, especially if Illusion does recognize that it's going to have to be bot lane or Doom for UCC most likely. So yeah, I think it's an interesting one. I think Vayne Senna is not the greatest lane pairing in the world, but the Senna is still incredibly strong. That it is interesting to see. Definitely is in a move, by the way, that we have got confirmation of that. So it will be a move into the Lilia straight pick response, which I do think is pretty good. For UCC, that they have Cephalon, probably their best player, playing Amumu. While Amumu can do a lot for the fight itself, Amumu can't control the damage characters for them. As we do see maybe a Garen probably confirming that Vayne in the bot lane. Yes, Garen indeed locked in.
I really don't like this Vayne in the bot lane. I think it's really bad. Personally, if you're picking Senna, I wouldn't pair it with the Vayne anyway. I know it's what BlazeBoy plays, but as a bot lane, it's as a Vayne OTP, I it just hurts my eyes really. But see, let's see how they play it. They could play it okay, but against Kai'Sa Nautilus especially, they're under a lot of pressure because you got Senna who wants to try and poke out and get a bit of disengage. You got Vayne who wants to scale up to later on in the game. And you've also then got the Kai'Sa Nautilus who just have a lot of kill pressure early on. So it's definitely up to how these junglers play these early games. As you do see, they rendered their comp with a Veigar, and this is a weird comp for TUD. I don't know how I feel about it.
I have received a bit of data in my ear from my my main tournament coordinator, Krusty Pants, that Cephalon plays mid lane for these guys most of the time. so that it is Bell or Blossom on the Amumu in the jungle, and it will be Cephalon playing Viger, which I do think makes this team a lot weaker. The fact they don't have their master tier player in the jungle kind of dictating the way things go on
Especially since
these
he's a
carry
jungle
picks.
main. I know you can play
Yeah,
off role, but it does like it drops you considerably if you're not playing on your main role unless you're
yeah.
like
So
getting on that rank. Get in here, everyone. There's gonna be a banger game on at the moment. We got banging gameplay here. We got UCC going up against TUD Bum Chums. And it looks like something's going on here as we do see the hook coming forward there. Flash
whoa.
already from my maker, Amu. Not a good start. And yes, Vayne did opt for the cleanse. I will be scrutinizing this man's Vayne gameplay all game. You know me, best Vayne IRE. But yeah, it's pretty unlucky right now, man.
Yeah, I'm LNG. I make her flash there from right on the Nautilus there. He picks out that early summoner, and that makes things a lot easier going into the spot lane. They're playing a summoner down, does have the cleanse, but yeah, Kai'Sa Nautilus so potent. We've seen this lane a million times before. Playing with the Senna, not that much support for the Vayne, and now playing also flashless. It's going to be an interesting one going into this bot lane. I'm really excited just for it to kick off. Come on, hit these camps already. I want to get into lanes.
Laning phase is going to be spicy. I definitely think Vayne, Senna, I want to see what kind of pressure they have against Kai'Sa Nautilus, because I think especially if Nautilus lands a hook, there really isn't much counterplay besides a W that Senna can drop down, really.
Yeah, we do see the Garen take the phase rush, the P-Bob patented phase rush, and the ignite as well. So what we said about the Olaf last game is also true for this Garen. Just not as much ability to move around the map for these objectives without just walking there. No TP as Kamei Baobing obviously having that TP, so it's going to be a little more difficult for Glorified Ward to get to these objectives. Big trade there from Kamei Baobing, already half healthy in this top lane.
A lot of damage coming through there from Kamei Baobing. He's doing a lot of damage, and I mean, from the games we've seen, he's done pretty good in the top lane, and he's been reasonable. I definitely think a lot of it's on the back of NYBM, so it's definitely one to watch so far. Currently with a CS lead over the Vayne, which I think will stay so far, because Kai'Sa's early game definitely a lot better than Vayne's, and even better when you got a Nautilus as well. So you can kind of see how aggressive the UCC bot lane plays once this Lilia kind of passed more towards bot lane, because she did start bot, so she will be looking maybe to help Kamei Baobing early on. We do see something going out here. A lot of damage coming through. Stun coming down onto the Sandra, but no kill. Just a bit of damage for Cephalon there.
Yeah, we have seen what a lot of what Illusion does with always starts with the bot camps and looks to move up. Obviously, Kamei being fine in this game, but in other games he's been quite overextended, and Illusion has been able to stem that bleeding. So now it'll be interesting to see what he does when his top laner doesn't need his same support. Probably will move down to either the mid lane or the bot lane, reset and go straight bot. But we do see him moving in, maybe just doing his procs here. Glorified Ward trying desperately to hold that wave, but might be in trouble.
Oh, he's taking a lot of caster shots right now. He nearly might be taken out here. Meanwhile, yeah, it is Bell currently on the Amumu. Bit interesting. I mean, Amumu has a lot of utility. There's a lot that it can do, but at the same time, it's going to be very hard when there's so much CC on the side of UCC at the moment.
Yeah, I think this first crab, Bell might not be that interested in it, going to try and help top lane instead of going for that crab, or just opts to do neither. Gives up the crab and leaves Glorified Ward there to try and survive in this lane against this Aatrox. Kamei being really flexing his muscles here on this matchup. But yeah, we do see a pretty even game state. There's been nothing crazy going on, just the top lane differential, the only thing separating these two sides at the moment. And Cephalon here has no mana, so we'll probably look to push in and get a recall. Does have the phase rush on the Viger, which I think is very interesting.
Phase rush is, I mean, it gets him in range of doing a lot of things. It helps him move around.
Yeah, I suppose there isn't really another keystone that the Viger can really take as much advantage of. You're either kind of going the arcane comment, but you're not really getting as much value as you might out of the phase rush.
Or electrocuting either.
Does so yeah, maybe Summoner Spellbook as well, but apart from that, just yeah, it does opt for the phase rush. It's pretty standard, I suppose, and does use the CP to get back there. I did say that he had no mana, and Glorified Ward might be in trouble here.
Yeah, Kamei Baobing is absolutely laying down the laws. The flash 2 coming out. Down comes the ignite. First blood. Solo bolo. And what is this change up for Kamei Baobing? He's starting so strong at the moment.
How May Bao Bing keeping me out of a job here in the top lane. A lovely work there on the Aatrox. Does use the flash. Glorified Ward. Well, I do think probably should have been expecting the flash in there. Does not have the reaction time. We do see Bell in the bot lane now.
The bot lane of UCC did see it as well. The root going to come through there onto the Nautilus. Is he going to try and get out? He is going to land that hook, trying to get away. Then comes the Mumu, but takes a tower shot for trouble. Forced to flash NYBM. But here's the Lilian. This might turn better for UCC. Center root going to connect though. A lot of damage coming out here. A lot of autos coming out from NYBM. You do see that the Lilia is not going in for it. And at the moment, that's going to be it. But one kill, regardless for the side of UCC, is pretty good.
Yeah, can't wait about being skilled there. The only thing separating these two sides now, as we do see the map kind of neutralized there a little bit. We did see the flash come out of Bell in tower range, trying to kill off right there, and as well as the cleanse coming out of the Vayne and the heal out of the Senna as well. So a lot of summoner spells expended there on the side of TUD Bum Chums, and you know, that's just more a more interesting route for Lydia to maybe try and exploit this bot lane.
Bot lane at the moment, dead even. Vayne is a wee bit of a CS advantage. So at the moment, it's actually not going too bad for the Vayne. Maybe UCC could play a bit more aggressive, but at the same time, I guess it's just well played from a Maker Moo at the moment. Kenway Bebbing, meanwhile, still a bit of lane dominance going on. Junglers, both of them really passing towards the top side of the map. Maybe looking for something here to help Kenway Bebbing, but so far it's dead even besides the solo kill.
Yeah, just the 600 gold there separating the two, as nothing major happening around the map, just kind of equalizing. Blazeboy still picking up the stacks. Wright and Nancy NYBM not really exploiting the spot lane as much as we maybe expected them to, but still pushing out their lanes and doing a good job. It's Kaume Baobane you have to be worried about here on the nasty Aatrox, just taking it to Glorified Ward with the CS lead now and all the pressure in the world, as we do see both junglers in the top side.
Yeah, we see the what's it called? Rift Herald spawning in 45 seconds now. Both junglers are in this top side of the map, wanting to get a kill so they can take it and push for top tier 1. And we do also see now Bell might be the first one to show up, as we do see the jungler for UCC not actually going for it in the end, potentially looking for something bot lane, maybe a Chemtexel.
Yeah, just a Chemtech Dragon up now, and not much else going on around the map, just kind of posturing. I will say that NYBM and Wright have been incredibly confident just walking into the enemy jungle there. Kind of half confident, they know where Mumu is, getting down plenty of vision, taking down pink wards, making it a bit more open in this vision game down in the bot side. As we said as well, if one of these fights does break out, while the TPs aren't yet unleashed, Glorified Ward doesn't have one. He has the Ignite, and he's losing this matchup. So it's an interesting one where, you know, he's not going to be able to move to these fights quite on time, but he might have a bit more trading power against Kamui Bebing.
Kamui Bebing is absolutely doing bits. He also has the World Ender available. Garen needs to be really careful right now. I know he's popped the silence there, but he's only one World Ender and a couple of Qs away from hitting that Nexus. Taking the express route back to the Nexus.
Yeah, straight back to the fountain he would go, but yeah, again, just the 700-ish gold lead is the only thing separating these two teams, as both teams looking as well like very good scalers. So interesting to see a massive amount of damage there going on to Hulk off the Vigar there. We can see the Vigar collecting up plenty of stacks.
A lot of damage coming through here. We do see so much going on to Glorify Ward at the moment as well. He's about to go down here. Meanwhile, though, in the bot lane, not much happening, but we do see Lilia is sitting in a brush. Maybe they're looking for something, and I'm not sure if she just got spotted there, but we do see a lot of damage. Flash coming out of Glorified Ward now in this top lane, and I don't know, Glorified Ward taking a Kamui Bing, and he just got overextended a bit there.
Yeah, Kamui Bing getting a bit overconfident. Obviously pings the flash of the Garen like a madman, but really doesn't need to take that fight when he's so far ahead. Still, even after that kill is, you know, he does have 300 more gold after the fact. So, just getting a bit too overconfident, needs to maybe chill out a bit. But that has been the story of Kamui Bing throughout this entire tournament. He is uber aggressive and he doesn't know when to turn it off. So, yeah, we do see him go down there to the tower. Unfortunately for UCC, everything else still at a bit of a standstill. Farming, plenty happening. I do think it does probably suit TUD that this game isn't a bloodbath quite yet, just because they, the Vigar and the Senna both have a chance to really scale up into this game. The same with the Amumu to try and get his first item as well. Yeah, as long as it doesn't get too out of control, as far as like lane phases and lane freezes, excuse me, and wave states and stuff. If TUD can take control of all of that, then they are looking pretty good to go into this mid game, fairly even with heavy scaling champs.
Definitely think for the side of UCC, they look good at the moment. Their comp is better, and I just think they need to play just a bit safer. So we've seen this top lane, Glorified Ward, running away from dear life away from Kaume Bao Bing, who is absolutely dealing massive damage, and that's the flash Q for Kaume Bao Bing. What a kill. Solo, Bolo, Illusion X not needed.
Yeah, he knows that the Garen doesn't have flash after that ill-advised tower dive, but we do see more action here.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming through. The root going to connect onto NYBM, though, does stop him from going any further forward.
Yeah, just almost a Nautilus away from disaster there was LNG. I make her move, but instead does parry it away and is able to just run away there. But BlazeBoy stacking up plenty of souls. We get a little check there, 37 souls on the side of Senna. So it's an interesting one. This lane hasn't been as disastrous as we might have expected. They've been playing fairly reserved and definitely respecting NYBM.
NYBM at the moment is just taking a lot of poke damage, though. He kind of misinterpreting how much damage that Senna does. Meanwhile, though, we do see a lot of damage coming out here. Bell coming aggressive. Ulti used on the Kaume Bao Bing. TP coming in. Will he get something back? He's still alive with the World Ender. Down goes Bell. Kaume Bao Bing healing up as well. Still alive. Really nicely done. And UCC absolutely decimate the side of TUD there.
Yeah, Glorified Ward, unfortunately, maybe living up to his name there. The Garen execute just a fraction off executing the Aatrox there, and then the fight goes all wrong as Pots. TP there really well played to get behind the Amumu and the Garen, and now they're looking in quite a sad state in the top side of TUD Bum Chums now with the Amumu on a 2-level deficit and also the Garen as well. But we do see Cephalon now making a move.
Yeah, he's trying to do something back there. The hook or the binding didn't connect from Amumu, so members of UCC are still alive. But TUD still want this. It's 2v3 at the moment. Hawk Reformed is in. He's looking for something. Doesn't have the ulti, doesn't need it, but it might do actually as Hawk Reformed maybe gets taken out. Dawning Shadow going to take him out, though. Sniped from across the map there by the Senna, and it's not looking too good now for UCC. Down goes Kaume Bao Bing. Illusion X, the only one alive right now, and it looks like TUD are going to take this Rift Herald. They're going to yoink it off UCC.
Yeah, it's just important to note that the Senna did pick up the kill there. The Senna obviously having the global ultimate, and also just UCC not really recognizing that they had used up all their cooldowns in that last 3v2 play in the top lane, and so it would be rather ill-advised to force another fight straight after that when there is no World Ender and no Lysandra ulti either. So yeah, just an interesting decision there made on the top side of UCC, but still though, they do come out of the entire exchange, if we take the two fights together, in a much better spot. So it's yeah, just all pretty calm on both sides of these teams. Only an 800 gold lead and a Rift Herald over to TUD Bum Chums. So it's yeah, it's an interesting one, and we do see UCC starting up the Dragon.
Yeah, UCC starting this Dragon. Going to be the first Dragon of the game, 13 minutes in, so we're not going to get any 22-minute souls. We do see a TP coming in here from Cephalon. They're looking for it, but maybe it's a bit too late. TUD are here, though. Look for kills. The Everfrost not going to connect, but the do stun the Nautilus. Vayne taking that kill for herself that time. And, I mean, it's going to be a kill for a Dragon. Not worth, but it is something.
Yeah, it's not really worth it, I don't think. Obviously, they expend that TP. Kaume Bao Bing, still absolutely stopping this top lane now. Will have first tower more than likely in the next couple of minutes, as we do see the last tower plate fall there. So you have to think on the next wave that tower is not long for this world. But yeah, an interesting one for sure. I'm surprised that Riot did not decide to use his flash instead of opting to just kind of play it out, as we do see a flash there from Glorified Ward.
World Ender popped. Kaume Bao Bing, though, not going to have enough move speed to take him out. Maybe he wraps around and goes for it, but no, I think he's just being hyper aggressive at the moment. And I mean, I know in normal circumstances, I think he'd be punished for it, but at the moment, we see Bell's bot side. No one's punishing this guy.
Yeah, he has a 1,800 gold lead if you look at top lane isolated. So a lot of UCC's lead now is just entirely situated in that top lane. But like, as I said, TUD still all scaling up rather well, and everything kind of not going as disastrously as it would need for them to be in trouble, as we might see top lane
Mumu ulti popped, Donning Shadow popped. I'm not sure what they're thinking here, but he's still alive. Killer Instinct shield, going to keep her alive just a bit longer. And he takes out Bell. That was not too bad. I know he gets taken out there, but in a 2v3, he does get one, which I guess is okay, but it's still not great for UCC. But still, really well played there from MYBM to get something. Meanwhile, in this top lane, as we see Kaume Bao Bing not even being touched by the enemy jungler here. I'd say Glorified War must be screaming at Bell right now for ganks.
Yeah, just not recognizing that that this is as much of a problem as it is, because I suppose the rest of the map is going quite well for TUD now. That Vayne having 3 kills, looking really strong, and that Senna scaling up, you know, not having very much trouble, not as much trouble as we thought that she would. So yeah, still, you really do need to knock NYBM down, because we have seen him carry game after game for the CCP side in their wins and also their losses. But yeah, all looking pretty well for the bot lane of TUD, all looking well on the top side of UCC. It's going to reach a boiling point at some point, and I'm very excited to see how those fights play out.
UCC at the moment now, it's kind of dead even at the moment. They're still up a bit, but they are down in kills. MYBM farming up. I know there's not so much going on really in towards this bot lane, but I mean top lane at the moment, Kaume Bao Bing, I know he has 2 deaths. He's still absolutely pulling his weight right now for UCC, and I really want to see who he does later on, because at the moment no one's matching him in these side lanes. Bell finally in that top lane, maybe looking for something in response, but no, she does go maybe a bit towards bot lane again, it looks like, and she's again leaving Glorified Ward as he is, as a Glorified Ward in this top lane. Vayne going to pop the final hour. A lot of autos coming through. Auto, Q auto. He does take out the Nautilus. He's on a rampage, but the TP behind him is going to go for another. Going to Q auto. Nicely done by a Maker move. But in comes Kaume Bao Bing. Is he going to stop the Vayne? Super damage coming out, but is it enough? Cleanse going to be used there. The Condemn going to get popped. He still has the cleanse available if he need be as well. Q damage coming through. Is it going to be enough? Yes, he doesn't get it though. I Maker move. Still alive. Really nicely done there. And that's 3 for 0, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, that is pretty much as disastrous as it can be for UCC. They are going to maybe pick up a kill now on Cephalon just as a consolation prize, but 6-0 on the Vayne I Maker move. It's not looking great for UCC on the spot side. They still have a lead somehow, but they are going to lose this top tower as a result of that TP. And yeah, just not well enough played by the side of UCC, right? Not using any doesn't use his flash, his ignite just coming back up now, but also doesn't use his ulti. Maybe as soon as he sees that TP, if they're able to turn straight back on to the AD carry of TUD Bum Chums, that they would be able to make that play. But now they find themselves in a deficit once again with this dragon spawning up very soon.
Yeah, I Maker move. Currently 6-0 at the moment. Has the item, has 1.9k in the bank. That's probably going to be -1. Not a Trinity Force, but most of a Trinity Force, I think. So he can grab everything. Yeah, there you go. He grabbed all the components, and he can grab little bits as well. But yeah, no Trinity Force just yet. Although maybe he thinks about maybe staying in base. I can't think he's 695. I think he's 30 gold now off his Trinity Force. So yeah, I think he's just going to stay in base for it.
Yeah, because this dragon is spawning, is going to, as a result of not getting his Strike Force immediately, give up maybe some of the vision control, but also the fact that UCC don't know this means that they're still a bit wary of walking in. This next fight's going to be huge, though. I do suspect that this will be probably a 5v5, judging by how the teams are posturing. And we almost saw Hawk get caught there by Bell, and he might still get knocked out there. He does survive for now. Vayne is coming in though, does have that Trinity Force completed, as I said. Stun gonna land though, and Righted might go down, be the first. W route going to connect onto the Kai'Sa as well. Hawk Reform putting a bit of damage down. Finally, all the members of UCC are here for the 5v5 for this dragon. And we do see Kaume Bao Bing walking a bit too far forward. Yeah, it takes a big chunk of damage there. Glorified Ward now trying to walk in, as well as Bell is still getting hit by all these bowling balls here from Lilia and Nege.
Kaume Bao Bing. And you see a 2-man ulti come out there from Bell. Really nicely done. Senna getting taken out by the Kai'Sa, but Hawk Reform trying to do something to make her move, but he's too strong right now with the Trinity Force. He's got the mobility. He's got the Storm Razor for a bit of damage back in response, and down goes Righted. Nancy MYBM running away with his tail between his legs, and there is nothing UCC can do about it because Vayne is so strong and no one can get on her.
Yeah, ends up being a 3 for 2 there in favor of TUD. All their carries still remaining up, and their support. Their support got solo killed by NYBM there on the side, so NYBM wasn't hitting any of the same targets that Kaume Bao Bing was, and as a result, Kaume Bao Bing really struggled for it. Got pretty much one shot by by the Vayne, and you know this is a big problem with the Triforce and the Storm Racing. Are 7-0-2. This is a big issue, but this fight isn't over yet.
Not just yet. Glorified Ward running away right now. Vayne is recalled though, so they're not going to find much. I really think UCC are trying to make some of these desperation plays, which I really think they shouldn't be doing right now. I think they should be thinking, okay, how do we take it Vayne? And maybe if it gets really bad to the state, they need to pull even a Death Brush and just land a Lissandra ulti onto this Vayne, because that 7-0-2 Vayne is an absolute menace. And look at the slows coming out from the Senna there. There really isn't much that we can do, and there's not much Hawk can do to get out of this neither. We do see the Dragon going over to UCC. They do sneak it, but the remaining members of TUD are here, and they might just take them all out. Rydid gets caught again, and Cephalon playing so well on this Veigar manages to take out the support. Illusionex might be next. Vayne is here. Vayne at the final hour popped. Does have the flash forward to get some autos in, try and take him out back. Really nicely done. Vayne taking the shutdown as well. Another gold injection into this Vayne's back pocket that she didn't even need. Down goes Lissandra now as the ulti from the Veigar comes out. And it's gone so wrong for UCC as TUD Bum Chums probably going to take the Baron, and this is a really precarious position to be in if I was UCC.
Yeah, it's a mega disaster for UCC now, and this Baron is most likely going to go over to TUD. They have that Vayne with 2 items, so this thing is just going to melt, and they have the immunity to tank it up as well. Not a single kill going over to the side of UCC there, just all TUD in that last fight, and you see it takes about 5,000 damage in about 4 seconds. So if that's any indicator, it looks like this Baron is all but gone, and TUD finally taking a huge driving seat now going into the next couple of plays, and yeah, just that Baron very.
They're trying to catch him on the recall. They're trying to stop him. He's a lot of aggression coming out there, but Kemi Bing says, "Hell no, I'm not going near it, even if you get ping on it."
Yeah, an important thing to note is that I don't think I've seen a single Lissandra ulti hit on this Vayne in a situation where anyone else could hit her. So just whether that's good positioning by Maker Moo or a bit of questionable Lissandra play, they haven't been able to find him, and they won't be able to kill him if he's not locked down and entirely focused. We also haven't seen the best of NYBM in this game, obviously. Still scaling up on the Kai'Sa, probably looking to go for, at this stage, 4 items before anything can really happen. And whether or not this game goes that far will be the key indicator for UCC, because they do scale pretty well, but they just haven't been able to be on the same page, and 5 deaths on the Nautilus is obviously a big part of that as well. This Senna scaling up and the Vayne just giga juiced, it's going to be incredibly difficult for UCC.
What's more annoying as well, I find, is that's a Hex Tech Soul as well. So if that goes over to TUD, regardless, it's over. Again, another Hex Tech Soul game. TUD in the driver's seat. A lot of this, like, static shift damage as well coming out. Glorified Ward now in this control spot. He says, now I have a jungler. Now I can take you out, Kemi about Bing. I'm not on my own anymore, am I? A lot of damage coming out, but is it enough? As you do see a lot of damage coming through. And what? My Maker Moo trying to steal that kill away from his jungler. Meanwhile, Cephalon taking it to Lissandra. Gonna get taken out in response. But overall, it just looks better for TUD here. They get 2 for 1.
Yeah, it's just super careless from UCC. They're not playing as a team anymore. They're kind of separated, and even when the play does look kind of good, also going down there instead. So it's yeah, it's looking like it's going from bad to worse here for UCC, and this comp that we were questioning from UCD or TUD rather, they just haven't really had the struggles that we thought they would. And yeah, once you don't punish a Vayne and Senna lane and you let them scale up as much as they have, it's lights out pretty much. So yeah, we see the Rabadons and the Veigar as well. So that guy is also ridiculously strong now as well. So these fights are going to be super one-sided, you'd fear.
It's a bit tough, I will say. I think it's definitely interesting because, as you were saying, the fact that the Nautilus Kai'Sa didn't punish the Vayne Senna meant that later on it got so much harder. I also think as well as that, Cephalon just playing it really well with those boxes. He just managed the boxes to go just enough that Nautilus couldn't just walk out of it. So he got caught 2 or 3 times, and as soon as that happened and started falling behind a bit, it just got a lot harder. I think as well as that, the fact that Blaze Boy was able to do so much poke damage as well, I think it was really up to Kai'Sa Nautilus early to put some pressure down. And as soon as Vayne got 1 kill, and especially that free split earlier on there where 3 people essentially lined up and said, I'll 1v1 a Vayne after she had 1 item, it was fairly difficult for them unless they knew they were going to beat her in the 1v1. They just needed to go in as a unit really, and unfortunately that meant Vayne got 3 kills. And as soon as Vayne's 3-0, 4-0, what do you do when a Vayne's finished 2 items, 3 items at 15 minutes?
Yeah, Vayne an entire item ahead now as well on Nancy NYBM, so it's not looking great as we are approaching this dragon spawn, and I don't think UCC can anywhere near contest this. I don't think they should either. Just let this dark patch pass, but they are looking to kind of go. I think Hawk just like
Oh, then goes Hawk performed.
Yeah, it's quite sad actually, isn't it?
It actually is. I had so much hope for the UCC comp. I really liked their comp as well. I just think they're for a comp that has really good 5v5, they're playing 1v1 a lot more than I'd like.
Yeah, just never really got out of that bot lane either, and by the time they did have their first fight, that Vayne picked up so much from that fight that it was pretty irrecoverable. But nevertheless, they are going to try and play this game out for as long as they can, regardless of how dire it looks. But I don't think they will be contesting that dragon.
I don't think so neither, unfortunately. And you do see now Glorified Ward now even footing here. It does have the heal reduction as well. I mean, at the moment, both top laners back to being dead even, and this was the laning phase that should have happened earlier on. Glorified Ward right now is now pressuring Kame Baobing as well, so it's sad. It's sad to see.
Yeah, I do think that Illusion X has had a pretty good individual game, but as far as putting this bot lane behind, didn't really do an adequate job. Maybe just, it was the first pick Lilia, so the comp not really built around that, but still, they had the Nautilus where they could lock down a single target in that bot lane somewhat earlier, and then just opposite to Baron top, that doesn't really do a great job of trying to catch this Vayne or this Senna. And once you give them a free lane like that, they even picked up a kill themselves, that it's just lights out. Even the Senna does so much damage that it's kind of hard to see, and they also did get unlucky with getting caught top just after making a really good play, and then the Senna getting a cross map kill to try and kind of accelerate this bot lane duo as well. Just not hot, but fair play to TUD Bum Chums. They have played pretty exceptionally. Even though we would have said that they probably drafted themselves into somewhat of a corner, they did do a great job of negating any pressure that UCC tried to throw at them.
Definitely think so, and I mean, I know it's not been a great game really for some of the members here, like Bell currently with like a 7 KP at the moment, but regardless, I mean, TUD are doing things like the bot and mid lane coming in clutch here. Cephalon, especially in the mid lane, is doing bits at the moment.
Yeah, Cephalon has a Verdant Barrier as well as 2 items, so a lot of MR there for the Kaisa W's, and you look at how much magic damage there is. You have the Lilia, the Lissandra, and the Kaisa W's as well doing magic damage, so it is good identification there from Cephalon to get a bit of magic resist, as he has the Merc Treads as well. And yeah, another Baron spawn means another Baron siege for TUD, and they probably will look to do this on spawn.
Very annoying. Yeah, UCC can't do anything here. I'd say they're kind of locked in a box really. They can't get out, and TUD are just sitting in this driver's seat right now. Baron spawning, but what can UCC do here? They can't contest it unless they want to lose the game faster, so I think they just need to scale to 3 or 4 items, but it's not gonna happen just yet, Squavo, as the Primordial Burst blowing up Hawk form.
Yeah, just bad to worse really. Hawk not having as bright of a game as he has in another couple of them, and it looks to be their tournament ends unless they can catch some kind of miracle, and that's the MYBM going in.
A lot of damage coming out of the thing, picking up Blaze Boy though. Maybe it goes a bit better here. A lot of damage, but I make her move still alive. Here comes Kaisa with the killer instinct. Is he gonna get the shutdown auto attack? Yes, he is. UCC in a winning fight situation here, Squavo, and it's looking good enough. Double kill for MYBM. Cephalon, last one on the menu, but what is he doing there? He gets stunned. Serious amount of damage coming out there. Is he gonna put the W down? W does not connect, but Ryden wants the kill, and I think he should as well, but he's maybe a bit too low here. Misses the flash Hawk. Oh,
this is sensory overload. UCC win a fight, but I have no idea what Wright was doing there, but nevertheless, it might not be over yet. Hawk with the TP.
Hawk looking for this kill, and if he does, it's a nice shutdown. 400 gold. Can he do it? Hawk reformed is here. Maybe they give it to the mid laner. Can they take it Cephalon? They're doing feck all else anyway. They're not getting the top lane, and they're not getting the dragon, so they just gotta go in there, get the kill. Kevin Bing finding Cephalon. And, I mean, he might just get an execute to turret here, because what member of UCC is going to make it in time?
Unless NYBM can snipe him with a W, perhaps.
Oh,
they do get him, and it's another shutdown over to Conway Baobing. UCC might be back in this game. They pick up 5 shutdowns. They get 1,000 gold onto NYBM. Let's see what his recall is like. He has a lot of gold, picks up a Rage Blade, and he has the stopwatch as well. UCC are back in this game. There's only about 1,000 gold in between the two of them, and they find a miracle fight. Conway Baobing picking off Blaze Boy pretty much as soon as the fight starts. Bell hits the massive Amumu ulti, but it seems to not make a difference. We do see a massive killer instinct from the
MYBM onto Vayne.
And it just, that sets the tone really, doesn't it? And what do we have now? We have Garen with Ignite in the bot lane and UCC starting off the Baron.
Go on, UCC! The clutch is real! They're coming back into this right now, Spav. I know you're maybe a bit impartially biased here, but I just want this game to be a bit more interesting. I don't want it to be a stomp. This is an elimination game. I want a bit of sauce back and forth. TUD have been doing something, but UCC get the Baron! Bell flash back over the wall to get out. No smite, unfortunately. Garen running at the UCC members, but they've our Baron recalled, and they're getting out of there, and that is a Baron for UCC. 400 gold now, away from being dead even.
UCC love in the chat. They're bringing it back. They have the Baron now. This dragon's funny. I don't think they really care about the second Hextech dragon. They need to re-establish themselves in this game, get their lanes flying. But they might, you know, you never know with UCC. They're absolutely crazy. They have all their ultimate abilities. While they might not have the summoner spells to do so, they know that Vayne doesn't have flash. They know that Cephalon doesn't have flash on the Viger either. They might look to take this fight.
You know, Bell doesn't have the flash neither. That's 3 flashes down, 4 flashes down for TUD here.
Yeah, and they are looking to start it off. We do have Kamei Bing now. It doesn't have the TV, so he is taking the Hex Gate, but it looks as if that dragon is just going to go before any shenanigans can kick off, and it looks as if they are just going to disengage, run with their tail between their legs. They know UCC have a chance of getting back into this game, and it's just ridiculous, to be honest. Now, NYBM and iMakerMove almost on the same footing, almost have the same amount of gold on them. They need to not get caught, though.
Definitely think right now it's not over yet, but UCC not in the clear. We still see, even though it's a bit closer than you'd like, Vayne still 10 kills. Still a lot she can do right now. But admittedly, as we get closer to 6 items, those spikes seem less and less powerful. As what, an extra 58 he's not going to matter when you one shot anyway.
Yeah, it's just interesting to note as well that the while the Viger had used his cooldowns in the bot lane fight against Hulk, that was a 5v4 in favor of TUD that they did end up losing. So it just shows that UCC, you know, they love fighting, and they are not too bad at it either. They might have a pick.
They might be a bit late though. Vayne is here, final hour popped. It's in a small space. What is Ryder doing? It might be a bit low. Bell though, going to get taken out. But we do see Lissandra trying to get onto the Vayne. A lot of damage coming through. Killer Instinct pop in YBM. Not going to be enough though. Does have to pop the stopwatch. Trying to put a lot of damage down. Not enough. No. It's not going UCC's way right now. As TUD looking a bit strong at the moment. Hawk reformed and Kamei Bing trying to stay alive. But they do take it the mid laner. Okay, they just need to lead to stay alive. Can they do something? Dwarfy Ward, is he going to get the kill back? He's going to go golden. Kamei Bing though, maybe trying to get something back, but it's not going to be enough, and it's going to be another kill over to TUD. Back in the lead, TUD with a firm no, not your game, sir.
Yeah, just a bit over, taking a bit too much time trying to kill the Amumu there. Maybe just the wrong target, so close to the base of TUD there, and they end up getting picked off one by one. Still though, that fight could have ended up going a lot worse, as we might see the Garen overextending just a little bit.
He gets locked down there by the Lissandra. Glorified Ward 4 trying to run away now, does have that tenacity, but it doesn't matter. He gets out, and the members of UCC right now just kind of panning up right now. Next objective up will be the dragon in 3 minutes. Third Hextech dragon on TUD. Maybe you don't want that, so that might be where the next fight happens. But overall, yeah, it's still in TUD's favor at the moment, but UCC definitely not out of it just yet.
No, if you say one thing about UCC, they're confident in their own abilities regardless of whether or not they should be going for these plays. They do, you know, they're taking a lot of risks. I do also think they had the right idea in the team fight. They've been really heavily focusing this Vayne here, with Hawk and Illusion both pretty much suiciding to try and make sure that he's not able to put out the DPS. And if they are able to do that in a regular fight where they have Kamei Bing there as well, kind of causing a lot of havoc, this you know, the concepts they have them on their side. It's just a matter of executing them in the actual 5v5s as well as these skirmishes.
It's interesting what's going on right now. We also see 4 items on the Kaisa, 4 items on the Vayne. They're probably at one-shot territory here. I think last item's just a bit of a cherry on top, to be honest. I think regardless, whoever leads that we have so far, it's not going to be as much as we really need. I mean, in the top lane, there's still a bit more that they can do, but 80 carry to 80 carry. I mean, you do see the stopwatch currently picked up there for the Vayne. Not sure what Kaisa's going to opt for the last item, but regardless, the stopwatch is a nice one for Vayne. Does mean if she does misplay it or the team gets caught, she can use it. But personally, it doesn't mean you're safe yet. As the spell sheet, you're going to get popped there. Kamei Bing looking for Cephalon. Killer Instinct, going to get popped there. Do they get the kill? Flash over the wall. Nancy NYBM, you madman. But it's a bit too late for that as Vayne is in the fight. Kamei Bing trying to keep his AD carry alive. Dawning Shadow comes through. He goes gold, and NYBM trying to run away. Really nicely doesn't you see that? But Vayne's here. Resurrection coming in. Here comes Illusion X. Here comes a lot of damage. No ulti available from Vayne anymore, and no cleanse and flash neither. And that actually went well for UCC.
Yeah, but look at their base. Look what the Garen's up to in the base. In the top lane. He's causing havoc.
He's taking the inhibitors.
It does end up being a 1-for-0 in favor of UC. They do get the Aatrox GA as well as a little trade there. We do see Hawk in a rather risky place in the map, but yeah, just a Nexus tower going over to, or an inhibitor tower rather, going over for the Garen. But yeah, it's absolute chaos. And NYBM manages to scurry out on maybe 5 health, and the Aatrox does give up his GA for it, but Illusion there, just right place, right time, and BlazBoy has to burn the flash in order to get away from him.
2 flashes down for this dragon fight. Vayne doesn't have flash, and heal's not even available just yet for BlazBoy neither. No flash neither. NYBM though doesn't have his own flash, but does have the ghost, and Rydet has the flash ulti if he wants to get it onto the Vayne, and that will be a huge cooldown to use as well, as this fight is about to break out here. 12 seconds on the Hextech Drake, and UCC want this fight. All teams are setting up. TUD coming in for this. It's gonna be a bloodbath, I reckon, and they're gonna start it on cooldown. Dragon is up in 2 seconds. Step right up, lads. That fight's breaking out. BlazBoy gonna get taken solo. Killer Instinct, first one to go down. Lot of damage. Ulti gonna come through. Did Lissandra use it? No. She can use it on the Vayne. Lock the Vayne down though, but they're not doing it just yet. Vayne does so much damage at the moment though, still alive. But we do see I make her move. It's gonna get taken out. Triple kill, quadra kill. NYBM, you madman, but you don't get that penta, no. Veigar going to take out the Kai'Sa, but it's all going so well right now. UCC putting themselves in the driver's seat with a dragon.
NYBM picks up a quadra kill for UCC in this fight. It's a ridiculous fight, to be honest. They get started off. BlazBoy gets taken almost entirely 100-0 by NYBM. Does manage to scurry away with his E, but then the Killer Instinct on the Kai'Sa, and from there it's hit after hit. We do see the Vayne pops the ulti and starts rolling around. The Amumu hits the ulti on 2 people, but can wave out Bing and Right causing absolute havoc, and they do end up killing him, and they are going to start off the Baron. This is so risky.
It is actually madness right now. A lot of stuff happening at the moment. A lot of Baron potentially going over here to the side of UCC and TUD. Their lead's crawling away. They don't know what's happening. They don't know it's being done by UCC Netsoc at the moment. They're just sitting in base. They're going to get the free Baron.
There's no way. UCC have crawled back in this game. They got the third Hextech as well. They're in the driver's seat.
This is it, boys. This is it. It's such a close game. 500 goal lead, 200 goal lead for UCC. Close as it can be. And by the way, now NYBM completed that Rabadon's death cap to round out his build. I mean, that's pretty juicer. Unfortunately, though, we do see iMakerMu doesn't have enough gold right now to complete his Guardian Angel. As soon as that's done as well, that'll definitely be a nice little safety net. But if the game ends before that, or a fight gets forced before that, that's seriously tough for iMakerMu.
Yeah, he's still about 1,000 gold off getting this year, maybe more like 700. But yeah, nothing really to fight for right now. Just it feels like we're almost waiting for the next objective to come up just so we can fight 5v5 again. We hope that nobody gets caught out, but there might be a little bit of action in the mid lane.
Something might break out here. 2 members of UCC. We do see the Veigar in the jungle right now with the Amumu. Does get found out by Illusion X at the moment. They're pinning down. They're going to land it. Are they going to maybe take this fight onto Cephalon? It's 2 right now. The other members are mid lane. They can take this fight. They can take something out here. And in goes to Lissandra. Ulti is available if need be. Is it going to pop? No, they don't even know. She does use the Hawk Perform. Going to use it onto Cephalon. That's going to be a 4v5 right now with a mid laner dead. Cephalon overextending there.
Yeah, 1-for-1. Right does also go down, so they are pushing into the mid lane. Obviously, UCC still have their Baron. Aatrox not really doesn't have the GA back yet, so Glorified Ward is able to just run out there. They aren't going to engage, but these W's are coming in like missiles from the Kai'Sa as they do look to push up. Oh, it's so tense. I don't know where this way this is gonna go.
It's such a close game at the moment, but one thing to know, with that Rabadon's death cap, those Kai'Sa W's will definitely hurt.
Yeah, just firing them off one by one. Obviously, the minions getting in the way somewhat here. They haven't really been able to do anything with this Baron. Oh, that's a massive W onto Senna. Takes out almost half of her health with one ability. This is so huge. Obviously, Cephalon is going to be here first in case of a fight breaking out.
Bell going in there. Kelme Bing is still alive though after the ulti from Bell, and Bell thinking maybe they got something there, but they didn't there, and a lot of damage coming out there. Kelme Bing popping the World Ender at the moment as well, and you do have the Baron Empowered Cannon minion just blasting through this mid inhibitor turret, and I think TUD don't want to force it right now. The health bars are too low. In goes a big wave. NYBM says, feck it, I'll take it myself. There goes a turret. Open base for UCC here. They're looking to push it forward. Currently, it's going UCC's way, but TUD also have some items to complete. We also see right now 2.4k gold means iMaker Moo is going to complete his Guardian Angel. Cephalon going to find Hall Reformed. Don't know how that's going to go because he's so much damage. He gets blown up by the Primordial Burst, and oh, that didn't go well for Hawk Reformed.
It's not the way that you want it to go, really, for UCC there. Hawk Reform getting picked off by himself there in the bot lane. Luckily enough, there isn't any objective spawning in the interim of him being dead and him being alive. But yeah, I wish I could be in there and danger ping them myself with how much on the edge UCC are playing there. NYBM taking 2 tower shots just to take that that last dragon out, or the last hit on the tower out, and yeah, it looks like all pings are going to be on this Hex Tech, so this is going to be the last stand for both teams unless there is some kind of miracle and they both get out alive.
Definitely, and at the moment Hawk Reform's down, so it's a 4v5 if they do force it. Dragon is up in 40 seconds and Hawk Reformed in 18. He's not making it to Dragon on spawn anyway, but Bell's going in! Bell's flashing forward, I don't know why, but she's going in anyway. Hook connects, out comes the ulti onto the Nautilus, but they're forcing this fight. Cephalon takes out one, but Kai'Sa takes out the jungler. Primordial Burst goes down there onto the Illusion X, and UCC are forced to run. Vayne goes hyper aggressive there. Meanwhile, Kelme Bing fighting Blaze Boy. A double kill goes over there for the Veigar, but they do take out the Garen. It's a 2 for 2 so far. Hawk Reformed is up right now. I don't know who you'd really prefer right now, but I think the fact that the jungler is alive after this means there is some smite steal potential for the side of UCC right now, although Illusion X super low at the moment. No smite as well. Had to use that to give him a bit of health bars back as well.
Yeah, I think Bell's crazy engage is going to end up working for them. Illusion X there thinks that he can heal up enough off the Krugs there. I take it. Oh, so close with the bowling ball, but Senna does kill it on 173 health. 3 dragons apiece. All signs lead to Baron, you'd think.
They do. In a minute and a half, we will have our Baron fight. All members will be up. And I mean, yeah, a bit crazy engage from Bell, but no flash for Bell and no flash for iMaker Moo. Meanwhile, only flashes down right now are Illusion X and Kelme Bing for UCC.
Yeah, and the main thing here, while he doesn't have a flash, is that iMaker Moo does have his Guardian Angel on this Vayne, also going to pick up a red buff, going to hit level 18, I'd imagine fairly soon before this fight also. Yeah, it looks as if these teams are kind of just resigning themselves to the fact that this game is going to be decided in a fight. There is no major macro moves being made here. You know, both teams really playing for the same objectives, just looking to like mechanically outplay each other in these fights. And you know, Bell no flash now, it will be harder to get onto any of the members of UCC. And yeah, it looks as if we might have something breaking out soon.
Kai'Sa W not going to connect to anyone there, but if it did, there'd be a big chunk of damage coming out. Illusion X and the boys are up. Cephalon, though, not there with the team. Kelme Bing in that bottom lane, but he does have TP if need be.
Yeah, it's so tense. It's been this tense for maybe the last 10 minutes, and we do see the Baron into its final minute of spawning. Kelme Bing isn't going to push up. I don't think he knows where the Veigar is, so doesn't have the opportunity. But UCC are looking to establish mid priority here. But with the Dragon up so soon, they might be able to just rush it down TD. They look to be in a better position to you know, just say back it to the mid lane priority. They don't need it, but they might look. Oh, they almost look for an engage there.
A lot of damage coming through these Kai'Sa W's, popping the spell shields like nothing. Look at that, Cephalon taking a bit of damage there, but they're on the Baron. What are UCC doing? But it doesn't matter. You look at Kelme Bing. Kelme Bing currently pushing in bot lane at the moment. I don't know if it's a bit too late for that though, because they're conceding the Baron. They're a bit late in the engage, and there goes the Baron over to TUD. What are UCC going to do? To stop recalls? I don't know. It's a bit dangerous right now. I guess they can get an inhibitor, but at the moment, with the Baron empowered recalls, that might not be likely. Veigar is alive, and NYBM on his own versus iMaker Moo Blaze Boy. Don't know what they're thinking there neither, but UCC looking for something. We do see Kelme Bing still alive at the moment. Glorified Warden Cephalon looking to try and find his kill. It's getting very intense at the moment here. In comes the Veigar. A lot of damage coming through. Is it enough? No. He's trying to get away. He does the Primordial Burst. Is that going to be enough to get the execute down? He misses the mythic item, and the ulti's not going to kill him. He's still alive. Kelme Bing doesn't have ulti. Does he need it though? Oh, yes, he did, unfortunately. And Cephalon, skin of his teeth, going to survive that.
Oh, he had maybe 4 seconds on his flash cooldown there, and Cephalon would have been not long for this world. From there, he probably would have been able to kill the Garen by himself with the Triumph proc, but instead, it's Baron over to TUD, and yeah, just 100 gold in the difference now. 6 items almost completed pretty much across the board. Garen working on his 6th, Amumu working on his 5th, and yeah, just it's a ridiculous game, and it's about to get even more ridiculous when this dragon spawns up. It looks as if I don't think this Baron's going to make too much of a difference just because of the pressure going around the map. TUD aren't really looking to capitalize on any pressure that they have around the map. This is going super standard. It looks as if both teams have almost handshook that they want to just fight in this game. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see now. They probably will be able to use the pressure off the Baron to cement themselves to have a better start to the dragon fight, but it's all to play for still here. And yeah, Vayne still has the GA, and that's a really big cooldown to have up for a fight like this.
GA being available is massive for Maker Move, especially during these fights where they pretty much have to kill him twice. It's going to be very hard right now, and I think UCC need to be really careful with how they play this, because if they leave her alive for long enough, she can just tear up the fight. I'd say the same for Kai'Sa, but the problem is with the way TUD have drafted this comp, they have a lot of lockdown potential as well, so it's quite hard for Kai'Sa to survive when she goes in without help from the Lily and the Nautilus.
Yeah, it is quite the interesting sight, and we are seeing this last minute of reckoning, you'd have to say, before the final fight, but this game might be destined to go on forever. We're hitting 46 minutes on the clock now, and it is time for Soul either way.
This has to be the end of it. What's mad as well, though, is UCC haven't positioned themselves for wards at all. So TUD are going into this with full vision control over the Dragon Pit at the moment. Hextech Soul. This will be 4 Hextechs and a Soul for TUD. That is absurd. If I was UCC, I would not want to give this over to TUD right now.
They can't, but they don't look like they're in position to contest it either. I think they're scared. The pink ward in the pit, so they have no way of knowing how much is left on it. Kamei is still in the top lane when I really think he should be down here already, and he is going to use the TP there now as it is spawning. Going to walk in now. This is it.
This is the big fight. I think as well, the problem is you're fighting Vayne in an enclosed space, and you're fighting Veigar in an enclosed space. As you just saw there, as Aatrox gets caught in that enclosed space. Meanwhile, though, Dawning Shadow coming out here. Bell ulti going to connect onto the Nautilus. Down goes 3, and that is going to be an ace potentially coming out here for TUD in what started off so well for UCC. But Kamei saying, I'm not done just yet. He's going to resurrect off that GA in a second as well, but Kai'Sa going to be the next one to go down there potentially. Down goes Kamei, and it's a 1v5 maneuver here from Kai'Sa. I believe YBM as he takes out one.
He's looking to hold up the wave here, I think, and kind of just disrupt anything of what
take an inhibitor, have one do.
Man. He definitely could have. You know, they have to go for this dragon. They don't have Baron back, but they're not even going for that. They're going to look down. Oh no, they are going to look to lock up that soul as they do get it, and now look towards the bot. 4 Hextech dragons and the soul. It'll have to be a miracle for UCC, I think.
This game should have been over 15 minutes ago, and it hurts.
It's so stressful, especially if you find yourself in a position where you're trying to support the team that is slowly losing this game. But anyway, I digress, as we do see TUD now in the, you know, setting up a classic bush cheese now before they all take their recalls. And if you're MYBM, you're kind of just so incredibly upset that the game
I feel
is
so
going
sad
how
for
it is,
MYBM this game, man.
Because he really is trying to put UCC on his back here with these plays and with the way that he's been maneuvering around these fights. But yeah, you've a 1-8 Lysandra and a 0-10 Nautilus trying to back you up. It's a tough one. They haven't even been able to crack through the Vayne's GA, and yeah, it looks like they just haven't really been getting the fights correct, and it's going to be ridiculously difficult to get the fights correct now that they're playing against a Hextech Soul.
Yeah, quad Hextech Dragon, Hextech sold up TUD. I'm just shocked they haven't just ran it mid and into the game already. They're so strong right now. They can literally just group as 5, walk mid or top since it's open, and just end the game. I really don't know why they're song dancing it out.
I love this from UCC. You have to look for a pick.
Yeah, they do. And Vayne's coming towards it. Oh, maybe, mayhaps. No, they don't catch. They do catch and make a move there. No wards, but he had like the force guiding him away from that location as Glorified Ward not going to get hit by these Kai'Sa Ws, and it's overall right now not looking so hot so far, but Bell is coming towards his mid lane. UCC pushing in these waves. Don't know why they're being aggressive. They're the ones who need to be defensive, but sure, look, what you gotta do.
Yeah, just if that bowling ball had hit onto Vayne and Senna there over the wall by Illusion, it would have been a massive play. But we might see the fight now.
Yeah, just as the Lysandra kind of popped the TP down, going the Nautilus there. Glorified Ward looking for NYBM. A lot of damage coming through. Nautilus is still alive. In comes Lysandra. This fight might start. This is looking okay for you, UCC. But down goes two. And Hawk reformed. And Kevin Bing just a bit late to the party. NYBM still alive. But what can he do right now? He's being zoned off by the mid laner. And TUD finally do something and finally look like they want to end this game, because for them all there they look like they're just going to CS forever here, but finally a fight gets taken out. Janie Jack, like, get out of this game.
It didn't even look that bad for UCC, but it's still a 2-1 going against them, even in what I would have said is like a best case scenario fight for them. But nevertheless, UCC gonna walk out, or TUD rather gonna walk out now, walk into the top lane and finally look to put some pressure. I swear, since Glorified Ward took out that inhibitor tower, it hasn't been touched since, but now it looks like it's finally gonna go back to the base.
They're looking for the inhibitor now, and as I said this, just walk as 5 and end the game. I know you don't have Glorified Ward, but their champions do so much. You've got a Veigar who's just been farming the entire time. They have the tools to just end the game at any point. They just don't want to pull the trigger for the fear of losing. But what do they lose? UCC, besides NYBM, what can they do?
So they're gonna go to a situation where if Illusion manages to take an Elder Dragon, they could be in a lot of trouble, but they're gonna play it reserved, gonna take an inhibitor and then go back on the 15-minute mark.
Why are they still doing this? They could just end this game, put me out of my misery.
For anyone in chat wondering, by the way, 165 souls on the Senna, auto-attacking from a different continent. But yeah, 450 extra AP there from Veigar on the passive as well. You just wonder.
They could have ended the game at any point. They're giving UCC a way back into this more than anything. They could have ended this game 20 minutes ago.
And what drama there will be if UCC do end up taking it, as even the behind champions are now looking to pick up their last items.
1600 AP, by the way, on that Veigar.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and the fact that they haven't won yet is more of a testament to their indecision than it is to UCC scenario.
I completely agree. I think they played the early game, mid game perfectly, and I think they're just chickening out of pulling the trigger, and it's really not showing up here. I mean, they're playing it well. I think the Vayne played it really well, and I think their whole team fights have been going so well, but they're just chickening out of ending the game at any point here, because I think it's just, I don't know. They're looking for, they're looking for the cheeky ward. They're looking for the cheeky death brush. Will they find anyone? Oh no, Kaisa is walking towards that brush. They're looking for it.
That he shoots a W in there before he even gets close, but no, I think they're going to stay within the confines of their base.
Oh,
okay.
oh.
I think, I don't know if that's.
Oh, Nautilus, isn't it? Oh, they got it.
No.
Oh, they missed it. Bell missed the bandage toss onto the Nautilus there, so Riot got out.
That was almost game set and match right there, but they're going to see.
Oh, that's speaking of game set and match. Down goes two members. Bell taking out the Nautilus. Is there any more to go down? Browsy going down there, but you do see the condemn onto the Kaisa, taking her out. And NYBM, the only sole light hope of UCC, going to go down as TUD finally, after 52 minutes, decide to end the game, and they finally push it in, and that's going to be the game. We didn't have to sit through 21 minutes of this, but finally TUD did, and that is going to be the end, I believe, as Kemi Bing going to go down himself. And what can Illusion X do there? Nothing. Unfortunate game for UCC, but regardless, there was some plays, there was some moves, all that happened there. But overall, unfortunately, one of these teams had to leave, and in this case, it was UCC Netsoc. Unfortunate run Squavo, and unfortunate for the boys, the Cark boys.
I'm about to, once we cut the cameras, I'm about to give our social media manager, Sammy, the best reaction post that he's ever seen. Honestly, heartbroken. Yeah, UCC played pretty poorly in the mid game, but I mean those mid game team fights when it was approaching, looking like it was all over, really it gave anyone hope in the Twitch chat, and it gave me a lot of hope as a Cork fan myself. But